Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Siddharth Kannan. Welcome to HTFC Ergo Health presents Connect to De-Stress. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in these times, all of us are a little stressed out, have anxiety, sitting at home fighting coronavirus. And yes, I have someone we have to chat with. She's already getting online. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be getting on board right away. So, there you go. You can see me as well. Yes, I'm going to be getting on our show, which is Connect to De-Stress. There you go. We've got Dr. Kanan Khatau. She's a renowned psychologist, confidence booster, motivational speaker. She's also a person who's been on TEDx and really changed the way people think. Well, welcome to HTFC Ergo Health Presents Connect to De-Stress. I was just telling my listeners, Dr. Kanan, that we're all feeling stressed out. We have anxiety while fighting at home against coronavirus. And of course, with our conversation with you, probably we'll be able to handle a lot of situations much better in our minds as well. So thank you for joining us. A round of applause to you as well.
Thank you so much for having me on the show with you. It's always wonderful to be on a show with you and your energy and enthusiasm. And thank you, HTFC Ergo, as well, for their health vertical to look at emotions as an important aspect towards health.
Okay, you know what, Doc? We've already got a lot of our friends who've been watching us. Hello, everybody. Jitne bhi log who've been tuning to us right now on Connect to De-Stress. Hopefully, after this conversation, we will help you de-stress as well. I know all of us have a time with regard to coronavirus, being at home. So here goes. My first question to you, Doc, is seeing the dim situations around us. How do we manage and control our emotions during these times?
Okay, very good question. Okay, the first thing is that we must accept where we are. Okay, like when we take a cab, we put in a location and then we put in a destination. Okay, so right now we're at locations. The first question all the listeners have to ask, what am I feeling right now? Okay, and maybe they can message on the chat box, what is your feeling? Okay, and if there's a pen and paper next to you, write that down as well. What am I feeling now? Now, whatever be your feeling, you look at it and first you accept it. Okay, this is what I'm feeling. And I promise you, these are ways to be emotionally fit and resilient. First is emotional literacy. Our literacy levels in our country are great. Emotional literacy needs to get better. Okay, so we've got to ask ourselves, what am I feeling? Okay, and that happens when you close your eyes and you reflect on your mind and on your body. Okay, now it is, and whatever be your feeling, yeah, some of you are scared, as I can see. Yeah, I understand that completely. It is okay not to feel okay. Like if you're not okay, it is okay. Okay, that's the first thing. Now I've done some little homework for you all. So I'm going to read. Can you see there is one curve? It's going this way. Okay, we'll talk about this, but this curve is going upwards. This red zone is the zone where we may be. So some of us may feel shock that, oh my God, this is happening to me. Some of us may be in denial. Oh my God, this can't be happening to me. Some of us, like you correctly said, are very scared because of the current situation. And I understand that. Some of us may be angry. Why is this happening? Someone else did something and I have to pay the price. You know, those kind of feelings. And some of us may feel lonely and depressed and perhaps all alone. Some of us may be bargaining. Okay, now what to do? And some of us may say, okay, I've accepted. Now what? Now ask yourself where you are. Okay, you may feel it over here. Now, if you're feeling here, and we will go to the next part of the curve in a bit. to feel what it is to be resilient. But if you are anywhere on this curve, I'm going to put the paper down now so that you can see me. First, it's okay to be feeling this state. It is natural and normal. That's why the cycle is called grief cycle, which means you can't jump and suddenly wake up one day in the morning like Superman and say, I have accepted. It's not going to happen. Okay? Then if you're feeling this, we're going to tell you 2 simple tools. Is that okay, Siddharth? Can I share 2 tools?
Please do. Please do. This is what we need. Come on.
Okay. Yeah. So the first tool is called name it to tape it. What is it called? Name it
to
tape it.
Tape it. Okay. Name it to tape it.
Okay. Yes. Matlab, like we have lockdowns in these buildings, we have lockdown areas, no? DMC is putting this, oh, this is lockdown, right? Why are they doing it? So that that area doesn't contaminate any other area. Yes or no? Yeah?
Yes.
How do we stop the contamination from spreading in our brain? Good question. Because our fears are spreading in all parts of our brains. They start here, then they'll go here, then they'll go here, and then they'll take over our body, and we'll have heart rate faster, we'll get fidgety and uncomfortable, and that's how the mind spreads. So if you name it, you tape it. Okay? Now, tip number 2, if you still have anxiety, after naming it to tape it, you're still feeling anxious. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Is there going to be enough food? Is there going to be money? You know, those kind of questions. Yeah? Well, this is a rubber band, okay, which my daughter has made. Okay? You put it on one hand. Simple. Okay? And you snap the rubber band and you put it onto the other hand. Now that fatka that the rubber band gives you, no, it's breaking that negative thought in the brain. Simple. So automatic thoughts in the brain start to break. And the third last tool before we go to your next question is to take a deep breath in. Breathe out with a sound. Okay? Take a deep breath in. Breathe out with a sound. Okay? When we do this simple process, yes, good. There is a lockdown in the brain also. It's called the amygdala. It's this chotu part that goes lockdown. Brain का अच्छा चीज को लॉक आउट करना है ना, और the panic को लॉक डाउन करना है. तो पैनिक को लॉकडाउन को के लिए नेम इट टू टेप इट बता दिया, और रिलैक्सेशन के लिए आपको ब्रीद इन एंड ब्रीद आउट विद अ साउंड. 1 घंटे में एक बार सांस लेना तो फ्री है ना. उस पे कोई रुकाव नहीं है ना. तो ये छोटी चीजें करेंगे तो योर लिसनर्स एंड एवरीबडी एट HDFC विल फील वेरी हैप्पी एंड इन द नाउ, बिकॉज ऑल आवर फियर्स आर फ्रॉम द फ्यूचर. अरे व्हाट विल हैपन. ऐसे हिंदी पिक्चर का एक सीन है ना, मेरा तेरा क्या होगा कालिया.
Well, it's great to know that psychologists also have a Bollywood side. You know, another thing that comes to my mind, which I'm sure a lot of our esteemed viewers, jo dekhne wale hain, they might be also having it. This thought that comes in the mind that, oh God, what if I am next in line with this non-discriminating COVID-19 pathogen? How do you address thoughts like that?
Okay. Now, first and foremost, one has to ask yourself, again, we come back to the curve, okay? Because some of us may be in which level? So all, by the way, I work with senior leaders, I work with CEOs, CFOs. एक कहावत है, इस परिस्थिति में, इस हमाम में सब नंगे हैं. एक सूफी कलाम है ये, कि इस हमाम में सब नंगे हैं. That means irrespective of your caste, creed and your stature in life, you will feel fear. Okay? So you have to differentiate whether this is, so ask yourself 2 questions. Is this my inner voice gripping me? Okay? Or is this really a situation that you think may happen? Now, if you feel you may contaminate it, then be physically safe and emotionally safe. See, today we are washing our hands, barricading ourselves, but we are forgetting that our emotions are impacting our immunity. So if you get more emotional and you don't handle your fears, you may actually get a cold. And you get a cold and you say, oh my God, am I getting the virus? Okay, so there is a difference between what is reality and what is your inner voice playing a trick on you. Okay, so that is to differentiate. And then there was, if you're feeling that, then again follow the same process. First, identify your state. I'll repeat, name it to tape it, use a rubber band to break the automatic negative thoughts in the brain. And fourth is breathe in and breathe out with a sound. Because anxiety is very contagious. You know, it travels faster than the virus. Emotions in general are contagious. By the way, I have to add, emotions get digested in the body, you know, in how many seconds?
How many
Chalo,
seconds?
हम और आप खेलते हैं KBC.
Okay.
6 seconds.
45 seconds?
6 seconds.
6 seconds? My
6 सेकंड में अगर ब्रेन में इमोशन आता है तो शरीर में वो हजम हो जाता है. It's digested in the body in 6 seconds. That means beyond 6 seconds, if an emotion stays, whose responsibility is it? That means I have decided to keep it. Yeah. Okay.
You know, we're getting a lot of people who are right now messaging us, so we want to say a hi to them as well. So,
Sure.
jitne bhi log hai, welcome to HTFC Ergo Health presents Connect to De-Stress, our first episode. Wow. Well, we've got Mirang saying hi, Dhananjay Ray 94, Aisha 489 saying this is the need of the hour. We need this info. Thank you so much. Ravi Ranjan has congratulated us saying thank you. Correct. Mirang has said quarantine the infection in the brain. I am Prashant Sarma 1988 has also sent in a message. Pooja Kaval says, I'm so glad this is being addressed. Need of the hour. JN Mukesh says hi. Ajay K3115 has said thumbs up. Mukesh G, thumbs up. We've got Dharmil 2001. You're a great person. No, you people are great people because you are Corona warriors, health warriors, staying at home and fighting this battle out against coronavirus. We are so proud of you. Thank you so much. We've got Randomly Deep, but he's saying we have human beings who are stressed, which is fine as we can talk and express it out. But how do we deal with pets who might be suffocated as well?
Good question.
And I'm going to throw a couple of more questions to you as well. Chandu HP says hi, thank you. Goenka Sunil says hello. So we've got a lot of people who've tuned in. And also Himani is saying, how are you staying entertained and calm? Thank you, Himani, for your question. So here you go. So you've got a couple of them, and I've got one more as well. I have a 4-year-old daughter, Adhira Kanan. I have a 1.5-year-old daughter, Saisha. Now, kids have tremendous amount of enthusiasm. You know,
right.
How do you deal with them when they are staying at home within the 4 walls during this period? How do you counsel them? How do you make them feel that, oh, it's all right to be within the 4 corners of the house, because at the end of the day, they're used to stepping out, playing, jumping, XYZ.
Right. So with children, remember first and foremost, they are your shadow. Okay. So if my hand is straight, how is my shadow? It's going to be straight. If my hand is bent, my shadow is bent. Can I straighten the shadow? I have to straighten out my hand. Now, we as parents have to realize that our children are our reflection first. Secondly, like I correctly told you, the science of emotions say emotions are contagious. They travel. They travel by osmosis. Forget the scientific name, because osmosis means from a higher gradient to another gradient. That means you are spreading emotions to them, including your pets. Someone asked the pet question. Yes. The pets are also grabbing our anxiety like that. That means the first way to handle children is the adult has to handle himself. because they are watching. They are modeling everything the parents are doing. That means if you are panicked, they will feel. If you are depressed, they will feel. Okay. Nonetheless, it is important to give children a routine, which a lot of us parents may be forgetting. That means they should get up at the same time that they were getting up before the lockdown. If they are in a homeschooling setup for now, please ensure that they get up in the morning, take a bath, and follow the routine of school. That means they sit on the table by 9, then they maybe play and their break hour. Engage them in physical activities. Like I see you do a lot of exercise with your daughter. Yeah, I watch you. Okay.
Thank you.
So
In fact, my daughter's here as well. She's listening to us. My wife Neha's here as well, because people like us really value this. So I'm listening to this with bated breath and
full
open
attention.
ears.
Yes, yes. So there's one little thing that you will have to do with Neha and Adira as well. One is you must first ask them. So most people, I tell them you have to have connectedness. In fact, today our talk is about connectedness. Now, most people, I say connect with your family, they'll hold their head. अब इतना और कितना connect करें? झाड़ू पोछा बर्तन तो कर रहे हैं हम, right? But this is not about just doing chores together. Asking them a $1 million question: how are you feeling? You're with your family all day, but you don't ask them their feeling. Every single day, ask your child, how are you feeling? What is happening? And you will be amazed with the stories they will tell you. If they're having scary dreams, they will tell you. If they're worried, they will tell you. You know, at least here, half the problem gets solved when people express themselves, including children. The second thing to do with the children is, today in a craft exercise, make a little basket. And I recommend this, by the way, for adults as well. It's just fun to do it with kids. Make a basket that says emotional waste basket. Like you have a physical kachre ka basket and emotional kachre ka basket. Okay. In the basket, throw one emotion every day that they want to dunk, that they don't want to sleep with. So you, Neha, Adira, baby, all four. Baby may be a little tough for now, but throw one emotion. Okay. And mother can think of a feeling that the baby may have, and that's good enough. All of you throw the emotions in the basket and empty the basket next day in the physical kachre ka basket. So in a little box that you can make. A very good exercise also to do with children is to have a gratitude jar, like a biscotti jar, like you kaach ka, in Gujarati it's called barni. So you can take that and put one thing in that everybody is grateful for. Today, at this point in time, two things are important: your emotional fitness, and it is okay to talk about emotions. Time has come when the world has to celebrate emotions and not have the stigma of it. Okay, you have to celebrate your mind. Okay. Two is to be emotionally fit. That means you have to take out time to do these things. We've never ritualized our mind. Na? We have time for physical fitness. We forget mental fitness. You have to take out time. That means every day at 12 o'clock, we will practice the mind. Every day at 7 o'clock, we will practice gratitude. Gratitude releases serotonin, and serotonin keeps us happy. It's the happy hormone. Okay. Also connect with children online with their other friends, because they are missing talking to friends. So use technology mindfully and let them connect to their friends. And if they are separated for their primary caretaker for any medical reasons, like my daughter Devyana and me were separated because my mom was ailing, it's very important to reassure them through technology. Do time, like you have to do video calls with them at the same time every day. Yeah. And it's very important to make them feel safe and secure. That, it's okay. Tell them stories of bravery. Like their bedtime stories have to be bravery stories. I think I've given so many tools for children. Great to do it.
Of course. And you know what? This is so important because today is World Health Day, and HDFC Ergo presents, of course, Connect to De-Stress. All of you out there who've been a part of this conversation so much. This is our first episode of HDFC Ergo Health Presents Connect to De-Stress. In these times of coronavirus, I know we're going through stress, anxiety. We've got Dr. Kanan with us, who's a renowned psychologist, confidence booster, happiness coach. She's here with us, talking to each one of you. I'm going to say a couple of highs to all our friends who've tuned in. Hardik Koswani, Hardik Oswal, Isha Rana, Chandu HP. Wow. So Pooja Kawal, we've answered your question as well. Water Sanki has also messaged in. Thank you so much. Ye World Health Day hai. We really care about your health. And of course, we've got Resham Kapoor, who's said something which is anyways going to be my next question. So I'm going to ask this on behalf of Resham Kapoor as well. Dave Parashar says, very good initiative. Ayo Mayo, who says, my kids liked being outside, dislike being locked up. Well, we've answered that question for you. Ramesh has also said a big hi. Venkat Reddy says, very nice series. Thank you. Well, Sudhan has said, my wife is 8 months pregnant, and in this situation, she's afraid of medical. Now, that's a pretty solid question out there. And also Pallavi 595 has said, how do we deal with the uncertainty of the future? Bahut sare message aaya, what pertinent questions as well. So also we've got Sony Prikesh, who says, you know, a lot of old age people are out there, senior citizens are out there. We need to address them as well. Yes, we are doing that right away. So thank you for your questions. Connect to De-Stress is what we are doing on World Health Day. I want to ask you, we all have aged parents. How do we calm and sensitize them, especially aging parents, during this phase?
Okay. All right. Again, the basic principles are the same. You've got to connect with them. Most of us take for granted that they are okay. They are on autopilot. You know, our children get tantrumy and they demand our attention. So you just can't avoid them. You have to look at them. Okay. Yeah. There's a very interesting line that an author once said, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, you know, and children are from hell. It's not like that. An author, actually, a very reputed author once said that it shouldn't be like that. Okay. So like you have to address them, okay, and not feel the pain of the addressing. It needs your patience. The only thing that can convert pain and with dealing with children is your patience. So remember, pain to patience. With parents also, we mustn't assume they are on autopilot. Okay. You have to ask them, how are you feeling every day? Okay. Many things are locked out in the outside world, but your ability to relate with them is not. For example, music is free. In my journey of nursing my mother, Persis Khatau, in the last 14 days, and by the way, she's a Parsi, she's a teacher, she has anxiety. Okay? Dealing with her, and she's loving, we've actually got down in the morning to sit with her, and she does music therapy. Now, my mother has not heard classical music ever in her life. She's not been fond, but she's now developing. So even if I asked all of us right now, listeners, as you're listening to me, let's do a basic sa. So close your eyes, and let's do sa. Let's do this together. Sa, sa. Okay, very good. Now, making our parents in the morning do some music therapy is very good. By evening, you can make it karaoke. Okay, so making them listening to old Bollywood songs where they can, you know, maybe just move their hands and legs is very great. Get the children and the grandparents, if possible, in the same house to maybe play passing the pillow. So what we did yesterday is we got our in-house domestic help, our Didi and my daughter and my mum, and we switched on a few songs and we were just passing her soft toy around. Okay, so engaging them is very important. Music therapy works very, very well. Okay, and if you're doing yoga for yourself, then tell them to sit and do some other form of only hand movement yoga as much as they can. Okay, but please talk to them. Their anxiety, and if they do have some complaints, they may increase at that time, and it is okay. Your patience is the key. Teach them the breathing, engage them in the waste paper basket, give them the rubber band, Everybody will do this together as a family. Remember, spend time with them. We may be obsessed with technology and we may forget them. So spending time with them is really the key. The rest they will manage. They are partially managing. You just need to
Yes,
give
to
them some
all the
attention.
parents out there, for us also, you are heroes. Our children are our heroes. All those people out there who are working round the clock during this COVID-19 phase are our health heroes, our warriors. We salute you. Round of applause for them. Come on, Dr. Khanna, let's do this for all those people out there, the brave hearts. Well, we've also got a lot of brave hearts who are right now live with us on HDFC Ergo Health Presents Connect to De-Stress. Naveen12407 has messaged. Of course, we've got, so many messages, man. All of them have such pertinent question. Eskajaria24. People want to leave their houses, as some are people who can't stay calm at home. What to do about that? How do you keep them calm? Mukesh KR 1056. Gurdarshan Singh. Thanks for keeping us emotionally fit at this point of time. Our pleasure. Attitude of gratitude from Insurance Hub 25. Mukesh KR says, time has come to celebrate emotions. Thankfully, we're doing that. GN Mukesh says, we just focus on our physical health and not on mental strength. Thank you for doing that. Lots of love. What do you do when technology and social media makes your feeling FOMO and lonely? He's saying, what does technology and social media makes you feel FOMO and lonely? Wow.
Yes,
that's a good question.
we will address this.
That, doctor?
Yes. Okay. Now, a little bit about technology, okay? For the last 2 years, we've kind of invested in understanding how technology is impacting our life. And you were gracious enough to come for the first TED Talk on the subject as well. Okay. So genuinely saying, we've spent 2 full years researching technology. Also, we've spent time in researching with 3,000 individuals, and we studied how using technology is impacting their life. Okay, I won't give you too much, just a little bit, which is helpful. First and foremost, when we get onto our technology apps, and I understand everybody's on it right now, but little hygiene is important. Like you wash your hands before. Now that we're washing it more, it was earlier before you eat. Now it's every few hours. Okay, you've got to see the impact of your mind hygiene. Okay, now the notifications you must switch off. That means check your phone, because every time that blue light comes, there is a chemical called dopamine that gets released in our brain. What is it called? Dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical of reward. When I get a prize, I feel, yeah, like a sugar rush. But look at the amount of dopamine going into our system today. Before the lockdown, the global average was we touched our phone 2,617 times. Click, type, swipe, binge, just 2,617 times. Now that has escalated millionfold, perhaps. I don't know. Okay. That much amount of dopamine is adding to the anxiety of the virus story. Okay. So if you want to check social media, please check it, but be mindful about it. Okay. Because the fear of missing out has to be now moving to the joy of missing out.
Wow.
Because from FOMO to JOMO, we have to go. Okay. Now, how will you do that? How will you do that? First and foremost, the reason we are on social media so much, please follow Siddharth Kannan, please follow us. Hear what are the wonderful things we have to say to you. But mindlessly just scrolling is not good for your health. It makes you feel like you're stuck, and the rest of it is like, uski kameez meri kameez se safed kaise? Okay? You've got to be able to look at your own eyes in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? And we don't do that. In our busy lives, we never did that. Today, we finally have the grace of an opportunity, because we've got to move through this cycle, right? We've got to move through the blue, from the red to the blue. Yeah. And we'll talk more about the blue. The first thing is to ask ourselves, who am I? Who was I? And who am I becoming? Let's say I'm not Dr. Kanan. I'm not the right brain managing partner of Whole Brain Consulting. I'm not a psychologist. Who am I? Imagine all these, we were stripped of all these names. Who am I? Yeah. Now, this is important for your life so that you can deal with yourself finally. You know, if we don't deal with ourselves, we grapple with the loneliness versus realizing that we have the solitude and the peace of the solitude. This is time for reflection. The third thing is our brain has this ability like a camera lens to zoom in and zoom out, zoom in and zoom out, zoom in and zoom out. Now, for all of us who are either working or are in businesses or are entrepreneurs, you want to zoom in, but you also want to zoom out to see the bigger picture, right? Which we will talk about, how to create an opportunity through these times. Because everybody is only looking at the red part. We want to move from the red to the blue. So zoom in and zoom out is very important.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to zoom into my next question now. You know, there are a lot of people out there who are working away from their homes, and they're obviously feeling a sense of helplessness. How should one approach that situation?
Right. Now, it is typically for these people that the previous question was addressed of digital hygiene. You will have to balance your use of social media. So otherwise you will feel like everybody is with family having fun. I'm stuck here. Okay. So if you are in that category of you're away from home, then please be mindful of your usage of technology. Do some soul searching. Okay. You can Zoom or whatever technology apps there are in the world or Insta Live. You meet those that you care about. Call up at least 2 people every day that you haven't spoken to for years. And please, no messaging. I hope you're safe. No messages of I hope you're safe. Okay. Call up. If you care, you will call me. Okay. Remember, the call is that part of human connectedness which needs to be established in the time of digital overload. Okay. Today, our minds, it's not the external environment which is polluted, but there is a state of human pollution, our mind, our way of thinking. And maybe reflect that the way we were working is not working anymore. So we have to develop a new way. So for those people away from home, use technology, fix a time. It's always better. You tell your family, your friends, okay, I'm going to call you at this particular time, and call them. Have a little party of your friends through social media and or whatever technology, I don't know. But connect with them, read a book, bring back the attitude of reading a book, do some soul searching. And this is valuable for everybody, by the way, try and move to a culture of shared economy, which means if you have this much, then maybe this much give to someone. Because if you have and you give someone, the circle of life goes on. You will start feeling better, because these will actually, everything I tell you is less psychology, is more neurobiology, which is why it works. I don't need your faith to do it. Just do it. It's like gravity. It will work. You get it? So if you're away from home, remain connected to your family and remain connected to yourself. And that's the only way you will move through these times. From this part of the curve of depression to feeling resilience and grit, which we will talk about.
You know, Doc, I want to just again say a big hi to all our viewers right now who are watching HTFC Ergo Health Presents Connect to De-Stress. This is our first episode where I'm in conversation with Dr. Kanan Kadau, a psychologist, confidence booster, motivational speaker, happiness coach. And of course, we're tackling situations that all of us might be going through: stress, anxiety during this fight against coronavirus, which we are enduring, staying at home. A lot of people out there. Leo Fernandez, hello. Ani Chakrabarti, Chandani says, how to take care of food cravings. Wow, man, you're a lot like me. I also eat a lot of food. My wife keeps telling me that perpetually every 15 minutes I feel hungry. Nasty Shanky says, the current work from home feeling is overwhelming for many of us. How do we ensure our mental being while we remain productive and focused at work while working from home? Also, if you remember, we had a question from a gentleman for his wife who said, she's 8 months pregnant, and she obviously has the fear during these times. How would you like to address that, Dr. Kanan?
Okay. First thing, now this is a really, really sensitive question, okay? And it's meant for that particular person. So this is for you. Make your wife do all the techniques that we did, which is the breathing in, the breathing out. The chemicals will be released in her brain, will also go to the baby's brain. Okay, that's point number one. Most importantly, at a stipulated hour, put your hand on the mother's stomach and talk to the baby. Talk to the baby. The power of talking to the baby is tremendous. In fact, tell the baby to be full term, grow fully, and come on the day. Because the fear with such parents, and to be honest, is that premature nahi hona chahiye. Before time. Okay? So keep talking to the baby to grow full term. Tell the baby, our world is safe for you to come. Please remember, reiterate to the child, our world is safe for you to come. Third is, you can, if you are whatever form of school of thought you follow, listen to a few scriptures or recite a few mantras that you are comfortable with to the child. The child's brain grows well. Fifth and last but not the least is calm the mother down. Everybody else is ready to handle the child. Just calm the mother down. Nobody is going to stop you from, if you have to take your wife to the hospital. I promise you, our support structures on the road are the police. They will help you. I'm almost rest assured that we have great warriors outside. The police will help you reach the hospital faster. Don't be worried of them. In fact, you roll the window down and say, "Mujhe madad kariye, mujhe leke jana hai." Such a big stomach she has. They can all see. Why will they do anything? They will help you. Okay, you just reiterate. The hospitals are more sanitized now than they ever were. So the world is really safe for this child to come. The roads are empty. There is no pollution. The birds are singing. What more can you ask for, huh?
Thank you for bringing a smile on our face with that one. All right, we have, like I said, Nasty Shanky. What a name to have, Nasty Shanky. I hope you're not as nasty as your name. So he says the current work from home feeling is overwhelming for many of us. How do we ensure mental well-being while we also remain productive and focused at work? A very pertinent question, because all of us are working from home.
Okay, so I'm going to show you another formula. Now this is called as E plus R equals to O. What is it called?
E plus R is equal to O.
Oh, it's a golden formula. Okay, like you said correctly, whether there is gold in the bank or no, this is golden. Okay, now E is an event in our life, and the event is fixed. That means you can't change the event. This has happened to us. O is the outcome you want, and what is R? Your responses. Okay, so for example, if 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, you can't change the 2 because it has already happened, the external situation. Okay, you want to change the 5 to 10. What will you change? You will change the R. You will make it 3 to 8. That means first is I have to change the, I understand it is ulta, but this is the best we can do now, and I'm sure you can understand it. So first, to change the outcome, yeah, you first write down what is the outcome I want. So for all those of us who are running businesses, who are working from home, who want to be productive, write down on a piece of paper one outcome you want from your work. Write down one outcome you want from your business, one outcome you want for yourself, and one for family. 4 outcomes you have to write. Okay, once you determine the outcome, ask yourself, what are going to be my responses? Are we clear? What are going to be my responses? Now let's look at this side of the curve. So this is emotional awareness. Once we become aware, we are ready for transformation. What does the word transform mean? Ability to change form. We have to tell ourselves nothing will be the same, but we will find a new normal. Are we clear? We will find a new normal.
New normal.
That means, yeah, we have to adapt, like adaptation in plants, adaptation in animals. Human beings also can adapt. Ready to be attacked? Then there is a word that says shift your regime. Okay, because new normal will need new regime. Have a goal, support others, and then you will be resilient. That means to be resilient emotionally, you need to support others also. So to be productive, sit on the table at the same time that you did when you reached office. Work in the same way. Connect to the vendors in the same way, because you want a favorable outcome. You want your vendors to give you better rates. You want new clients. You want new customers, right? You want your profit margins to grow. Then do all the activities that you would do in the same way that you would be at work, irrespective of what the response is. That means if people don't respond well, you keep trying. E plus R equals to O. I want a favorable business outcome. I will shape those responses that will give me those positive outcomes. We mentally, in the companies that I coach and train, people don't connect with the team members. Why? Because अरे अभी तो सब कुछ लॉकडाउन में है, ब्रेन तो लॉकडाउन में नहीं है ना. People are still alive on their phone, on their laptops. So we have started thinking partially, this is a mini holiday. Some of us are overworking. There are two categories of people. Okay. So do all, otherwise, in business language, it is called KRA, which is key result areas. So one very nice CEO taught me, key result area में तो बन जाएगा क्यों रहोगे आप, which we have to be very mindful of. It was a joke he taught me. But why I'm saying is it's very important to be productive. Okay, it is important. It is very important to be productive and work in the same structured way that you did. So I think we've answered productivity completely.
Absolutely. I also have to tell you that what probably even I am going through, which is obviously because of the outbreak, Dr. Kanan, we all are practicing social distancing, and rightfully so. But we are all social beings, right? Inherently, we are social beings. So how do we cope up with a situation like this? Social beings practicing social distancing during these phase.
Very good. Okay. Now, we're socially distant. Very true. But how are we choosing to connect with the world? Continuously, first thing in the morning, we get up, we check news on our phone. Okay, we don't differentiate fake news, real news, and constantly the news floods us with anxiety. So you have to be careful of what we watch, whom we listen to. Because our understanding of social connection is now watching all kinds of news, which adds to our anxiety. But the correct word and the correct answer to your question, who are we? We are social beings, no? What is the word?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Social beings. Social beings. Social beings.
Beings. Social beings, yeah? So beings means we have to be more, do less. Ding dong. We have to be more. We had become social doings before this lockdown. And one of the larger purposes or learnings in this is that we have to come back to social beings. We have to be more, do less.
Doc, I'm going to get back to our friends who are here, who are tuned into HDFC Ergo Health Presents Connect to De-Stress, our first episode. My God, itane sare sawal. This is so beautiful. That shows the involvement of people and our conversation. Dikshita says, ma'am, I feel like I'm going through panic attacks. How can I overcome them in this situation? And Mayim51 says, ma'am, should we avoid cold drinks or beverages because temperature is rising? But Corona panic supports hot beverages. What to do? These are the two questions. And of course, we've got other people who've tuned in as well. Shivatsava, of course, Mind Spa, Escajaria 24. So those two questions, can you please address? One talking about beverages and the other one you heard, right?
Right. So the anxiety and the panic we've covered extensively through the start, but breathing in and breathing out with the sound is great. Using the rubber band to break the negative thoughts and name it to tape it. You can watch the story again and we can go through that. Now, as far as the hot beverages are concerned, you drink hot water. It's good for your body. It keeps you slimmer, you know. So keep sipping warm water. Warm water is good for the body. Yes. You can see Sid K. He's modeling the behavior that he wants from his listeners. Okay. So sip as much water as you can. And if it's warm, better. But if you like cold water, then have cold water. Other beverages are not available. So other cold beverages are shut and they're not available. So I'm not really in purview. It's beyond the scope of my work to tell you what, you know. But warm water is good for your body. It's medically really good for your body. If you drink cold stuff, you'll get a cold. If you get a cold, you'll again fall for the trap of I have the virus, even though you may just have a normal cold. Why walk down a road that has a dead end? Okay,
Listen, this one is a mighty, mighty important question. Of course, the other ones were as well. This one, I'm sure 100% of the people have this in their mind. And this is my last question to you, which is,
for today,
we all are uncertain about a lot of things happening our way, stress, anxiety. But what about the thought that people are having in their mind about the financial and economic scenarios that they might be facing after the lockdown? The thought of that is really unnerving even now.
Okay. So I will come back to E plus R equals O. Okay. Event. Today it was the virus. Tomorrow it's the financial story. Event. Can you control it? No. Okay. You cannot control it. Write down the outcomes. Write down the outcomes you want financially, and then your responses have to be determined as per the outcome. Most of us are stuck in the response because we're so panic struck that we're trying to do everything based out of this. First, write down your outcome, what you want, then shape your responses, okay? Because you can't control the situation. Secondly, in business language, two things. Remember the end of the road. Another CEO taught me a very nice line. He said the end of the road is actually the bend of the road. Okay, there is an opportunity where others are seeing obstacles. There are opportunity. I'll tell you my example. In the last 1 year, so Gurdarshan and myself, we thought we'll do webinars, and for 1 year we were planning webinar. Now in this lockdown time, in the last 10 days, I have done close to 500 people. So in 3 days, what we couldn't do for 1 year happened. Because when you are pushed to think, when you get bored, creative solutions come. So you'll have to have creative solutions even to the economic situation. Ask yourself, what is it that I can do? What is my creative solution now? What is it I can do different? And focus on what you can do. Always the mind is such that what you can't do will always bump into what you can do. Flip the logic. Think of what you can do and let that overpower what you can't do. But instead we think of what we can't do and that overshadows what we can do. We think everything is not possible. I'm saying flip the logic. Okay? So challenge the logic. If someone comes to you with fear, challenge that logic. Say, no, you know, this is what I can do. Spread positive thoughts. Circulate only positive messages. Okay? Then you will see that you will see an opportunity growing every day for you. Your mindset will shape your economy in your universe. The external economy, I don't have control over. I have accepted that. But I know I have to want to build resilience. I want grit. I want to be successful. So I will be emotionally aware. I'm ready to change. I'm shifting my regime. I'm focusing on my goals. I'm helping others how to be better. And thus I will be resilient and have better grit. Grit means the world pumps you down, I come back up again. It pushes you down, I come back up again. That's like fitness, like, but we only focus on physical fitness and we forget our emotional fitness and grit. And that's really, In grit, in the science of grit, talent comes once and effort comes twice. Repeat with me. Talent comes once.
Once, effort comes twice.
Comes twice. So your hard work is, you can't negotiate that. Keep trying till you find a new formula.
Wow. You know what? That's what they say. When you come into a corner or you're in a corner, automatically your mind will find out solutions to it, right?
Yes.
And sometimes
Right.
situations around lead you to what you have to do. Like you were saying about your webinar, एक साल कुछ नहीं हुआ और ये situation ने आपको और आपके पार्टनर को 500 webinars करवा दिए 3 दिन के अंदर यार.
500 लोग, हाँ, 5 वेबिनार में 100 करके. हाँ.
Thanks for the facts, yeah. But listen, I'm going to be signing out. But उससे पहले
Should we sing a song?
हाँ?
एक गाना गाएं? गाना गाएं?
गाना गाना एक सेकंड. उस गाना गाने से पहले Jane Mukesh, Alok 1807, thank you so much, brother. They've been giving such amazing messages. I'm so proud that people have tuned in, watched us, understood a lot. Okay, so let's do this on HDFC Ergo Health presents Connect to De-Stress. One de-stress song, Dr. Khanna.
Yes.
Doctor.
So I'm not a good singer. Yeah, we can sing even if we sing badly. We're bathroom singers, but we sing. Okay. Lage raho. So there's a beautiful Sant Kabir ka ek sundar sa gana hai that says, so the Gana says, "Mauko kahan dhoonde re bande." What does he say? "Mauko kahan dhoonde re bande, main to tere paas re." Okay, so the whole song is there, and then at the end of the song he says, खोजी हुए तो, he said, so basically Sant Kabir is saying कि आप मुझे कहाँ ढूंढ रहे हो, बाहर, you're searching me in places of religion, you're searching me in fasting. I won't get you in any way of life. I will get you in one moment of life. खोजी हुए तो तुर्क मिलूं मैं. If you search me, you will find me. एक पल की तलाश में, मैं तो हूँ विश्वास में. So we want to end today on saying, really have hope, because really hope and faith. But imagine the outside world is asking us, forget God, forget Kabir. Imagine the world outside is asking every human being that's tuned in today, every human being that's with us, that mauko kahan dhoonde re bande, mauko kahan dhoonde re bande. मैं तो तेरे पास रे, मैं तो तेरे पास रे, खोजी हुए तो तुर्क मिलूं मैं, एक पल की तलाश में, एक पल की तलाश में, मैं तो हूँ विश्वास में. So have faith, have hope. Right? Success is more about how you overcame adversities, not your bank balance, not the money you have or your position in life, but really how you go through these challenging times.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kanan. Thank you, हमारे viewers. जैसे मैंने कहा, आप घर पर बैठे हो इंडिया, but आप हमारे heroes हो, आप हमारे health warriors हो, और जितने भी लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं during these times of COVID-19, हम आपको salute करते हैं. पूरी दुनिया एक दूसरे से नमस्ते कर रही है. सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन करें, cleanliness maintain करें, घर पे बैठे. And like we discussed today on the first episode of HDFC Ergo Health presents Connect to De-Stress, about how to handle stress and anxiety, how to handle the mind, which Dr. Kanan spoke to us. We are going to be back on the 10th of April at 3 p.m. for session number 2 with Dr. Kanan. Or, दोस्तों, in the meanwhile, HDFC Ergo Health Instagram page पर DM करें. Send us your questions in the next 2-3 days. We will shortlist your questions. We will ask your questions to Dr. Kanan on your behalf, because you matter to us. You matter to us. You are family to us. We human beings are together in this. Lots of love. Hope you really enjoyed episode 1 of HDFC Ergo Health presents Connect to De-Stress. Hope you're feeling de-stressed right now. Dr. Kanan, how you doing?
Good.
ये हाई फाई दूर से. Thank
Hi
you
bye
so much,
दूर
Abdullah. Hope to see you on the 10th of April, 3 p.m. on World Health Day. This was us kickstarting our series. Thank you so much. De-stress raho. And remember, it's all about the mind as well. Bye-bye.